My name is Jarrod. I'm a recovering addict and alcoholic. My sober date is June 28th, 2020. My life before coming to treatment was very unmanageable, full of toxic transactional relationships with pretty much everybody around me. I even lived out of a porta potty for about 6 months during the winter, just because the amount of bridges I burned in my community and in my family just kind of left me with no options. I didn't really have a ton of fear surrounding getting help. I reached out for help originally and got on a plane same day. And that's kind of where I guess you can call it fear set in a little bit, kind of taking away that lifeline that my brain and body had become accustomed to having to function and remain somewhat happy, I guess, in a sense. Once that kind of became like a real option, I started pushing treatment off one day here, one day there, until ultimately I think it was maybe a week or two after I originally reached for help that I actually, made the commitment to do something. There were many times in my addiction where, regardless of, kind of the position I was in, whether I had someplace to stay, whether I didn't have someplace to stay, whether I had people around me or not, I told myself many times that I was gonna die an addict, and that was totally okay with me for a long time. A couple of the biggest things that stuck out to me too throughout my entire time at Reprieve was, one, the group therapy. I'd been involved in individual therapy probably since I was about 5 years old. Never really gave it an honest shot. Just kind of sat in a room for an hour because I was forced to be there. And then once I was finally able to engage in actual group therapy with other people who have had similar experiences, been to similar places that I've been, and struggled with similar things to me, it kind of really made me feel at home and like I could be open about what I was actually struggling with instead of having to wear a mask and, kind of just say what I think people want to hear. Another big part of Reprieve that kind of showed me what it means to be like an actual person was spending holidays there. Christmas, 4th of July, Thanksgiving, the big holidays, they get the community together, the alumni together, they give us a big meal, lots of activities, like they kind of just show you what it means to be a part of a community, whether that's, in treatment or after treatment. They just make sure that these things are handled in a way to make you feel like you're a part of. The one staff member that made the biggest impact on me was Alex. I acted out a lot. I was still living in addiction without actually using substances, and she's the one person that kind of showed me what it means to love somebody through their shortcomings until they're able to kind of see that in themselves. I'm very grateful for Reprieve, the path that they paved for me in sobriety. I'm grateful for the life that I have today because of Reprieve and because of recovery. To anybody watching this, if you're struggling, just reach out for some help.